Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is October 5th, 2021. Now, this is going to be probably one of my longer videos because this was a massive ritual. If you guys just finished watching the American League wild card game, this was one of the most rigged games of all time. And the riddle couldn't be more clear what they did today. It's so obvious. And then the final score 6-2 to pay tribute to the Buccaneers and Tom Brady. I'm just so fed up with Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady, I don't know what it is with this guy. Is this guy Lucifer himself? Because it's just like he wins on Sunday Night Football. He doesn't get tackled. Then the guy misses a 56-yard field goal. And now in baseball, they're paying tribute to this guy. I mean, what is it with this guy? This guy, I'm just tired of him. I always say this in my live streams. I hate Tom Brady. This guy's annoying. Guy has no talent. But yeah, he continues to win. So look at the final score. This game was a clear tribute to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Red Sox, they just advanced over the Yankees. And they're going to play the Tampa Bay Rays on Thursday. Okay? Like how Tom Brady used to play for the New England Patriots, a team from Boston, and now he plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Remember when Tom Brady was in New England? All the Boston teams kept winning the championship, right? The Bruins winning the Stanley Cup, the Celtics was winning NBA titles, the Red Sox was winning World Series, and the Patriots was winning all the Super Bowls. Everywhere this guy goes. Then last year he goes to Tampa Bay, and then the Tampa Bay Rays are in the World Series. Then even this year, think about it. The Milwaukee Bucks won the championship. Bucks, the same day that the Tampa Bay Bucks are at the White House. The Tampa Bay Lightning won back-to-back Stanley Cups. The Buccaneers just won the Super Bowl this year, on February 7th, the 38th day of the year. And then this year, on the same day that the Tampa Bay Bucks are at the White House celebrating their Super Bowl, the Milwaukee Bucks win the championship on the 201st day of the year. Everywhere this guy goes, that town becomes successful. So this tribute to Tom Brady couldn't be more obvious. The Boston Red Sox advancing over the Yankees today to play the Tampa Bay Rays. And there's a lot to talk about here. We're going to take it one step at a time. I'll talk more about Tom Brady in a second. But I want to show you guys the numbers with the Yankees, why they really lost today. It's not because the Yankees are bad or because the Red Sox are good. It's because the games are rigged and scripted. These games are rigged. It's time people wake up already. I help my people make a lot of money today. I actually took the day off today, and I went to FanDuel in New Jersey, and I placed a bet. I'm going to show you guys my ticket. I turned $800 into $1,700 today because the Red Sox were underdogs. And you know how I did that? By understanding the code and noticing what the narrative was. Last Sunday, on Sunday Night Football, we just had the Patriots play the Buccaneers. And now this Thursday, we're going to have the Boston team play the Tampa Bay team. Like just the same thing as Sunday Night Football. We'll talk more about Tom Brady in a second, but the final score 6-2 to pay tribute to nobody else but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Gematria is 62. Buccaneers is 62. I remember when Rob Gronkowski signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He did it 293 days before the start of the Super Bowl, and 293 is the 62nd prime number. I remember when he signed, I said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go to the Super Bowl. And then during the NFL season, I just changed my pick because I forgot all about that prediction that I made. But these synchronicities with 62 and the Buccaneers happen all the time in sports. It can help you make a lot of money if you see it beforehand. The MLB season, it started on April 1st of this year. And since April 1st to today, I want you guys to notice how many days it's been. 187 days. 187 days into the MLB season, the Yankees season comes to an end. Think about that for a second. The Yankees MLB season lasted 187 days, like how New York Yankees in Gematria equates to 187. Just like Society of Jesus. And notice the Yankees, they picked up their 71st loss of the season today. Their 71st. And they did it against the Boston Red Sox. Boston Red Sox in Gematria equates to 71. If you guys are new here, Gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. This is the language. This is a code that is being used to script baseball games. And not just baseball games, but football games. All sports, all professional sports are rigged this way. Okay? All of them. No exception. There's other parts about this as well, like how these same players eventually get killed by the same code, which I discuss a lot here in my channel. But, the games are definitely rigged by this system. Boston Red Sox 71. The Yankees picked up their 71st loss of the season and then lost 62 to pay tribute to Tom Brady, who plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then their season lasted exactly 187 days. All you have to do is measure from April 1st, the start of the MLB season, to today, April to October 5th. 187 days. In Gematria, Society of Jesus also equates to 187. And those are all the people scripting the games behind this conspiracy. Tom Brady, right? So notice on Sunday, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Patriots. The Boston team versus the Tampa Bay football team. On Thursday, on a day leaving 85 days in a year, the Boston team is going to play the Tampa Bay team in baseball. They do this all the time. These cross sports like that, they pay tribute to sports. Like you'll see a MLB team paying tribute to the NBA. They do this all the time. I remember a couple of years back when the Astros was playing the Washington Nationals. Guess who was playing in the NBA? They had the Washington Wizards playing against the Houston Rockets. Washington versus Houston in baseball and Washington versus Houston in basketball. They do this all the time. But notice this. Tom Brady, he was born August 3rd, 1977. Today was his 64th day of his age. The 64th day of his age. A massive Boston Red Sox number. Boston Red Sox is 64. Gerrit Cole, he picked up his 64th loss of his career today. Gerrit Cole, the pitcher for the Yankees. And he also fell to 8-5 in the postseason. And Boston and Red Sox equates to 85. Hopefully they updated it. StatMuse, it takes a while to update the stats, but let's see if they have the update records already. So they haven't updated it yet. But coming into this game, Gerrit Cole had a record of 8-4 in the postseason. 8-4. Notice this. He fell to 8-5 against the Boston Red Sox. Right? Boston is 85. And Red Sox is 85. He became 8-5 for his career in the postseason. And if you check his road record, right? He was 5-2 on the road coming into this game. Right? The entire name of the team that he just played against, Boston Red Sox, equates to 53. Now, I know you guys are wondering why is he saying it equals 53 because he just said it equals 64. Now, there's four ciphers in the base ciphers. So all you have to do is, this is real simple stuff, you guys. Real simple stuff. The alphabet, A through Z, 1 through 26. The letters have numerical values. They never told us this because this stuff is a secret. So you see this cipher here. In this cipher, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and all the way to Z is 26. If you see this chart here, it tells you right here. These are the numerical values of each letter. You write out Boston Red Sox. In this cipher, it equals 170. Now, this cipher, you convert all the double-digit letters into single-digit numbers. This is the cipher where you incorporate the rules of numerology, making every letter a single digit. And the way you do that is by adding the two numbers together. So N, the 14th letter, becomes 5. O becomes 6. P becomes 7. You write out Boston Red Sox, it equals 53. This is why Gerrit Cole fell to 5-3 on the road in the postseason. Because he did it against the Boston Red Sox, the team with the 53 connection. These two ciphers is the alphabetic order in reverse. So here, instead of A being 1, A is actually 26, and you count back down. And then in this cipher, you incorporate the rules of numerology. Right? Boston Red Sox is 64. Today is Tom Brady's 64th day of his age. If you look up Jericho's career record, he should be 117 and 64 if they haven't. Well, he came into this game 117 and 63. When you write out Major League Baseball, it equals 117 and 63. So think about it, in the year of the 117th World Series, he stayed on 117 wins and then lost to the Boston Red Sox, picked up his 64th loss of his career. Scripted. Every day is scripted this way. That's how you can turn $800 into $1,700. And just I was sitting in my table during the duration of that game and made $800 today. How? Well, because yesterday I sat in the same table for 5 hours doing the research. So while people are going to work and getting in the train and buying breakfast and then missing the train because they're late and waiting for the next train to come just to go to work and waiting for their boss to tell them to go to lunch so then they can clock out and then get back on the train and go home, I was here just watching the rig game, waiting to collect my money. Because knowledge is power. Now, this is really the kicker here. March 26, 2021, the Boston Red Sox play the Tampa Bay Rays. And you know what's interesting about March 26? That is the 85th day of the year. Think about how on October 7th, the date leaving 85 days in a year, the same two teams are going to play each other. And think about how Boston is 85 and Red Sox is 85. See, March 26th, that was the last preseason game between the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays, the 85th day of the year. Now, the ALDS starts on October 7th, the day leaving 85 days in a year. And they're going to have the same two teams face each other. Boston is 85. Red Sox is 85. And notice the Red Sox lost that day 7-3 right after Tom Brady became 7-3 in the Super Bowl. I mean, this stuff can't get more clear than this. This was one of the biggest rituals that I've seen in a while. I mean, every game is a big ritual, but this is so obvious. Really, they did the same thing that they did on March 26th. They're gonna do it on October 7th, a day that connects to 85. Both dates connect to 85. And think about March 26th. That date is written 26/3, like 263, the 56 prime number. Again, Society of Jesus is 56. They're the ones behind all this. Today was also a day with 56 numerology. Think about how the Yankees season ended 187 days after the start of the MLB season. Society of Jesus is 187 and 56. So their season ends on the day with 56 numerology. There's a lot more to this. If you guys on Patreon, you see all these notes. It's a lot here to cover. I guess, I'm going to go through all of it because why not? So let's see. And think about it, right? So these two teams are known as the biggest rivalry in sports, right? The term rivalry equals 105. So what a perfect day to have these two teams play against each other on October 5th on 10/5, like 105. Rivalry is 105. Isn't it obvious how these people are scripting everything by the code? These are the notes that I had on Patreon today. I said Tom Brady riddle, Boston versus Tampa. On Tom Brady's 64th day of his age, the Boston Red Sox can advance to play his hometown team. I guess you could call the Tampa Bay Rays his hometown team because that's where he lives at now. The Yankees also fell to 9-11 versus the Red Sox for the season. 9-11, right? Days after the 20-year anniversary since September 11th. They do so many September 11th tributes with the Yankees. It's just unbelievable. They finished the season 9-11 versus the Red Sox. And just think about 9-11 for a second. Didn't the planes leave Massachusetts? And they were supposed to go to California, I heard. All this stuff is lies because, again, I don't think there was any planes involved on September 11th. But according to the media, they said that the planes supposed to be left Massachusetts, and then the terrorists with their, box cutters, they convinced the pilot to, what, we're not going to California. We're actually we're going to drive into the Twin Towers with the box cutters. They was able to convince a pilot to kill himself. I don't understand how people believe these narratives, but these stories, I wouldn't even believe it if I was there and saw it. Like, no, there's something up. No way a box cutter is going to convince a pilot to drive into a building. But yeah, so Boston, plane leaves out Boston. It goes into New York. All right, the Yankees become 9-11 versus Boston. I think it's obvious. So like we said, the Yankees picked up their 71st loss of the season. The Yankees' wild card record, their record in the wild card round, they fell to 2-2 in the wild card. Boston, 22. What else? Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, he picked up his 11th postseason loss. Red Sox equals 31, the 11th prime. Alex Cora, he picked up his 12th postseason victory. And Yankees is 37, the 12th prime. Right? So, all this stuff, if you guys want to see more of it, learn more about the scripting of the numbers and why the Yankees lost, you can visit my blog. All the notes is there. This is a lot of notes. I don't want to make this video too long because then, people get bored because this is a lot of numbers. But the thing you guys have to just remember, this is what I want you guys to learn from this video. The Yankees did not lose because the Yankees are bad, and the Red Sox did not win because the Red Sox are good. The games are scripted. This game was a tribute to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last Sunday, they just had the Patriots play the Buccaneers. They just had the Patriots play the Buccaneers, right? The Boston football team versus the Tampa Bay football team. On Thursday, they're going to have the Boston baseball team play the Tampa Bay baseball team, right? Earlier this year, on March 26th, these two teams played on the 85th day of the year, the Red Sox and the Rays, on the 85th day of the year. Now they're going to meet in the postseason on the day leaving 85 days in a year. And that's a big number with Boston because Boston is 85 and Red Sox is 85. One of the reasons Jared Cole fell to 8-5 in the postseason. Okay. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And then it was all done on Tom Brady's 64th day of his age when Boston Red Sox is 64. Stuff is such a joke. Let me show you guys. You guys, he said he made $800. This guy's a liar. I don't believe him. Well, you don't have to. Do you believe this? What about now? Do you believe me now? $800 straight. Boston Red Sox money line. Max payout, $17.12. I made almost, what's that, $912 in one day. Like I always tell people, I don't have a Patreon because I need money, because I have the knowledge. I can just bet on my own picks. The reason I started a Patreon is because I want to get a studio. I want to leave this room and get into a studio and present better quality work. But I'm not able to do that because a lot of people in this community don't believe in me or don't want to support me for whatever reason. So this is why I'm never able to get what I want. But I can always just bet on my own picks like I did today. I'm not doing this work for money because I already have the knowledge. I already know how to do this. I've been doing this for a while now. Thanks to Zachary Hubbard. I don't want to leave him out because without him, none of us would have known about this stuff. And even though me and him have had our differences in the past, I say this all the time, I still appreciate the fact that he opened up his computer and decided to teach the world this information. Okay? Something I also want to talk about, and I was going to leave this for Patreon, but you guys remember Terrence Clark, the basketball player that died in a car crash in Los Angeles? he was supposed to be from Boston. They had a big tribute to Terrence Clark the day after he died in the Red Sox game. Excuse me. Something to keep in mind is that from his death to the start of the World Series is a span of 187 days. And that's all I will say about that. 187 days from his death to the start of the World Series. And that's a big Jesuit number. I'm just curious to know, like, because I remember making this prediction when he died. I said, look, his death looks like he's gonna, because of the 187. I said, look, he dies 187 days right before the World Series, right? And supposedly, LeBron James just purchased a part of the Red Sox, which is all BS news. LeBron James does not own anything. He doesn't own himself. The day he's gonna die has been scripted. They already know the day he's gonna die. These people have already written out his death. You think this guy owns anything? He doesn't own himself. He doesn't own anything. But yeah, that's what they tell us though. Also, the Red Sox owner, today was 22 days after his birthday, John Henry. Again, Boston is 22. But something to keep in mind is just, Terrence Clark, let's keep an eye out on the Red Sox, because I remember making this prediction when he passed away that they will go to the World Series. I don't know yet. It's early. I'm taking it one game at a time. I'm not rushing it. Usually I make predictions of who's going to go to the NBA Finals or who's going to go to the World Series or who's going to go to the Super Bowl. And then if I'm wrong, I get all the haters attacking me. Oh, I thought you said the Celtics was going to go. Even though like the whole week before that prediction, I made like $3,000-$4,000. Nobody cares about that. They care about the fact that I got the rest of the Celtics pick wrong. I just made $800 today. You think if people care about that? No. On Monday Night Football, when the Chargers beat the Raiders, right after the Lightning hit the game, right before the game, it was a support. I don't believe it, but they're saying that lightning delayed the game. There was a lightning bolt that erupted, and then they had to delay the game to 55 minutes after the hour. Keep in mind they play in a dome where no rain goes inside the stadium. The lightning cannot enter a dome. I mean, I don't understand. Well, what's the delay for? We made a couple of dollars on Monday Night Football because that game was such a ritual. Our friend Derek Carr became 5-3 on Mondays, and Los Angeles is 53. Blah blah blah. They were 55 numerology when Los Angeles is also 55 and Lightning is 55. So we make money every single day here. So this is why I don't understand this is one of the reasons why I'm not making any more predictions for free on YouTube. You guys are gonna know about the ritual after the fact. The people on Patreon, you're gonna know before the fact. All the people today who made money, thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in me. This stuff is not easy. We are not gonna be 100%, but we are gonna be way more accurate than your average gambler. How many people you think had the Yankees to win today? A lot. Oh, and you know what? When I was in the casino, I was when you're doing a line to make your bet, I got Jared Cole pitching a perfect game. Jared Cole is going to destroy the Red Sox. There's no way the Red Sox will win today. And I'm like, 64. What did you say, buddy? No, I just said, she said next. I don't waste my time with these sheep, I come on YouTube because there is a lot of intelligent people on the internet. Obviously, I have a following, so obviously there's intelligent people out there. But I know the majority of the people in the world are stupid and dumb, and I want to avoid arguing with people because there's people that argue that these games are not rigged, even though we show stuff like this every single day. I mean, what are the odds that the game ends 6-2 in a big tribute to Tom Brady when Buccaneers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers is 62? And now his former, I guess you could say his former team, even though he never played baseball, but his former hometown team, because he did live. I guess he lived in New England. Now, who knows where these people live? But his former hometown team is not going to play his current hometown team. The Red Sox are going to play the Tampa Bay Rays. What are the odds? A couple of days after Sunday Night Football, when they had the Patriots play the Buccaneers. What are the odds of that? What are the odds that the Yankees season lasted 187 days? Wow, strange. So this is the bracket here. Tomorrow is the Dodgers and Cardinals wild card game. I'm gonna look at that as soon as this video ends. I think we got the American League figured out. The ALLS, the ALCS. I think we know what two teams are gonna be here. We haven't solved any of this yet, yo, on Patreon, and we definitely haven't solved this yet. But if you guys, again, I'm taking it one game at a time, and I will not predict anything on YouTube for free. Everything is going up on Patreon. Oh, for one more 85, look at this. One more 85. Again, this was a big football tribute, right? National Football League. So many football players died at the age of 85 for this reason. National Football League is 85. Just like Boston and Red Sox. So one more 85. This was a big football tribute. Let's see if Jericho picked up his 60. They updated it yet. Jericho. Career record. They haven't updated it yet, but he's supposed to have 64 career losses. Let's see if his postseason record hasn't been updated. Still. But yeah, he picked up the loss. I'm pretty sure he did, because they took him out the game. They was down already. 6-2. Oh, look. See, I didn't watch the game, so I didn't know about this. I was just looking at the box score, waiting for the ninth inning to end. But yeah. So Jericho picked up his loss. Jericho lost today. He picked up his 64 career loss versus the Boston Red Sox. Couldn't be more obvious. Falls to 8-5 in the postseason, 5-3 away. When Boston Red Sox is 53-64, and Boston is 85, and Red Sox 85. The games are not rigged. Jericho is gonna pitch a perfect game today. Sure he is. Oh boy. So, if you guys want to call in, the number is 646-986-0958. Otherwise, we can end it. I don't have anything else to cover. This was such an obvious ritual. Such an obvious ritual. Oh, my friend Nigel Miller. What's going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. What's going on, Dr. Savage? I'm happy that you're good now. Man, that was such a scare. I'm happy that you made it out of that. Nice. God bless you, my brother. Somebody says Boston equals 278, and today's the 278th day of the year. You know, I like to use the base ciphers. Boston is probably 278 in one of those weird ciphers that I don't talk about. I don't doubt it. Yes, hello?
Hey, are you still live online for Gematria?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Not much, man. So like I appreciate like you and Zach's work and everything like that. I just been looking like at the Gematria for like the last 3 to 4 months, and I think it's undeniable that there are some type of influence with the numbers and some type of rituals. But specifically with you and Zach, I just want to forewarn y'all that you guys, it's very important that you have to be open to being wrong about some things.
Like what? I need examples. Don't say some things. Say what exactly, so I can address it.
So Zachary, before he interviewed,
all right. Let me just pause you. If you want to talk about Zach, you're gonna have to ask him these questions. If anything you want to know about me,
I mean, just hear me out first, and then you could rebuttal. Like, just hear me out. Just hear me out, because ultimately I'm trying to help everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
All right, go ahead. Shoot. What's going on?
So, and the reason why I brought up Zachary, because he seems to be one of the main representatives of like this gematria online. I'm not like at the end of the day, we all know what it is. We're trying to help everybody be woke. I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Can you tell me what is
Okay,
it
okay,
that
okay. All right. So look, so he was so convinced of Larry Holmes specifically being aware of what he was doing when he was throwing up signs, the
Larry
numbers.
Holmes? Who is Larry Holmes?
Okay, so Larry Holmes is a Hall of Fame running back that played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't think that's his
And
name though.
Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson. Yeah, I mean, come on. All right, there's no way.
But I didn't
The,
even finish my point yet.
no, but I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say
Go
that
ahead.
he was wrong, that Larry Johnson didn't know that he was participating in rigged sports. Is that what you're gonna say? There's no way that's
Yes,
possible.
but that was just a small example of like the total.
There is no
that was a
way.
small example of what my
Okay,
point
but
is. Go ahead.
let me just answer you what I think about Larry Johnson. Larry Johnson is a fraud. He is a sellout. There is no way that any of these players do not know that the games are rigged. Because if they didn't know, they can mess up the script. Every player has to be in on the scripting. Just like how every actor has to know their role in the movie in order for the movie to come out the way it does.
All right, so look, let me ask you something. Why would Larry Holmes be vocal about
Well,
the
because
rigged?
he let me tell you something about Larry Johnson. Everything that he
Okay,
did,
go
every
ahead.
tweet that he has put out has been by the numbers. Every single tweet. I don't remember the exact numbers because this was a couple of years back. But every time he has made a big tweet about gematria or something, it has been in accordance to his date of birth. Every single tweet. He doesn't do anything without on his own will. Because the interview that he did with Zach, why he didn't talk about rituals, sacrifices, why he didn't. There was a lot of things he didn't want to talk about. No, he was talking about, I think Kanye sacrificed his mom. You think? So if you thinking this stuff, why are you even talking about it if you don't know? He said, I think Kanye if he wants to tell us the truth, he will do that. But it was a lot of questions that Zach asked him, and he was avoiding all these questions.
All right, two things, and
Let me finish my point. If I'm a scammer, right, and the police catch me, and they're telling me, look, we're gonna drop all your charges if you tell us everything. You think the police is gonna want me to say, well, I'm not gonna tell you, what computer I used, but I did scam, and I think other people are scamming as well. No, the police are gonna say, we want to know everything, or the deal is off the table. Yes or no?
yeah.
That's not what Larry Johnson did in that interview. He was He was avoiding a lot of questions. He didn't answer all of them.
All right, so look, so the reason why I am trying to implore you to be open to being wrong, even about Larry Johnson, is even okay. All right, if you want to get specific, I could get specific. But one of your last blogs, you said that even the previews to the game tells you how the game is going to go. That's what you said. Okay, I can't tell you exactly the words, but you said the previews of the game tell you. But you use an example. You used 3 examples that were consistent to what you were saying, which I applaud you on. But one of the examples were opposite of what you were saying.
Because they're not gonna tell you that. I mean, does that make sense for the writers to tell you the right answer every single time?
Well, that's not what you implied when you were first put
No, but that's what I said. I said sometimes they do want to mislead you.
Bro, you never said that, bro.
All right, all right. Listen. Let me. If you're gonna answer me, if you're gonna, can you allow me to speak?
And I'm asking you to allow me to speak. I allow you to speak more than me, and I called in.
But this is my show.
Go ahead.
What I said was, sometimes the writers purposely can mislead you. This is why you don't want to just base your pick on what the headline says. There's other things you want to look at. Did I say that? Yes or no?
You said yes. You said that.
So what are you talking about?
Let me finish. But okay. You said that, but led with 3 examples of the writers leading you to the same thing.
Okay, but that's not the point of it. See, that's not the point of that video. I was just showing people how sometimes the previews can tell you who's going to win the game. But that's not the point of that video. The point of the video is to show you how the games are rigged using Gematria. This is a Gematria channel, not preview headline channel. I don't care about preview of the. All right, you know what? I take that back. Do not read the previews of the headlines. I want you to use Gematria when you're trying to decode the rigged games. Gematria, like how today.
My God. That's not my point.
What is your point?
No. That's not my point. My point is what you were saying with your dialogue. All right, you were saying, and we could go back. You were saying that the previews tell you who's going to win. Then, let me finish. Please let me finish. You were saying what the previews tell you who's going to win. You proceeded to give us 3 examples of previews that hinted to a negative outcome to the headline, but you used one headline that pointed to a negative outcome and actually was positive.
Okay. So,
but you didn't acknowledge that. You didn't acknowledge that though.
Okay. So, would you want me to correct it now?
I will let you. Yeah. Why not? Go ahead.
All right. Ignore the previews. Forget about the previews.
Okay,
Learn.
That's my point.
All right, but listen to me. You keep interrupting me.
No. Go ahead.
Are you gonna interrupt me again, please? Please don't.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Well, I'm waiting until you done your point. Go ahead.
If you don't want to take my advice on the previews have helped me a lot in the past. Now, what I'm saying is sometimes you have to be careful. You have to look at other things. You don't just want to depend on that. I did make that point clear in that video. I'm not going to go back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tag you. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that video and I'm going to pin the top comment. I'm going to pin the moment that I said that. So after this live stream is over, just go back to that video and look out for that comment. What I said was, you don't want to just depend on what the previews is telling you, because sometimes they can mislead you. You also want to rely more on Gematria.
Okay, pin me on that. Please pin me on that. I missed
all right.
that.
Okay. All right. No problem.
You know, and I want to be able to call you out on that if you're not able to pin me on that. Like to be fair.
I'm gonna. You want me to do it right now? I'll do it right now. Right. The thing is, I don't want to watch. I have to watch the entire video to see where I said that at. So I'm gonna do it right after the live stream. I promise. I don't know if I can pin you. I'm gonna pin the moment in the video where I said it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool.
All right. What else would you like to know?
So my point is,
because the thing is, you asked me about Larry Johnson and then you went into a whole different topic. Larry Johnson is a fraud.
Okay. Wait. Let me explain. It correlates to the same thing. It's just a microcosm of the mistakes that you all could make.
What mistake did I did? What mistake did I?
Wait. Let me finish though. Let me finish my point. This is my point. Then we can talk about what mistake you might have made. All right. My point is, and I said it from the jump, Zach. I didn't say you. I said you specifically to the preview thing. But in general, I'm saying the Larry Johnson accusation that Zach made is a microcosm to how he could be wrong in the totality.
He's not wrong about that. He's not wrong about that.
Look, let me be clear. I want to be clear on something. I think Zach is 80% right.
No, he's 100% right. These players are in on it.
No, he's not 100% right because he claimed that Larry Johnson knew about everything, and I don't think he's 100% right on that.
See, there you go using the word think. You don't know. If you're thinking, you don't know.
Okay, we don't. Look, so what proof that he has that he hasn't?
All right, so are you gonna allow me to answer that question? I've been wanting to answer that question for a long time.
Let's establish the point.
All right, I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna answer your point because you keep talking about the same thing.
Okay.
So stop talking. Stop talking. Let me answer it. There is no way each player is not in on the script. Okay. Now what you're wondering is, okay, if he's in on it, why is he talking about it? I'm telling you, every time he put it out a tweet, I'm gonna have to mute you.
You're claiming something I didn't say.
I'm gonna have to mute you. I'm sorry. Okay. You're in the draw now. In order for the script to play out the way it does, everybody has to be in on the scripting. Everybody has to be on it. If one person is not in on it, it can mess up the entire script. Okay? Larry Johnson is an actor. He is a fraud. He sold his soul. He's a fraud. There's nothing else I want to talk about Larry Johnson. I'm taking you out the draw now. Okay, you're out the draw now. What is it? What else do you want to talk about? What point don't you get? Every player has to be in on it. Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, I'm gonna just get your last point across, and then we're gonna end the live stream because we're not getting anywhere. So what is it?
Okay. All right.
Okay, wait. What proof do you have? This is what I want you to answer. What proof do you have that Larry Johnson doesn't know everything?
Okay, so this is my point, and
I need you just to answer that question, or I'm gonna hang up.
I will, man. I will. I want to express my appreciation for you to allow me to elaborate on this. My point is this: Zach thought a certain thing that Larry Johnson knew of, and once he interviewed Larry Johnson, who is vocal against the NFL is saying it's rigged. Larry
So let
Johnson
me ask you
said that.
something. Why don't you
Wait,
call up?
I'm not even finished, bro.
All right, I
Give me
don't want
30
you to
seconds.
finish. I don't want you to finish. Why don't you call up Zach's live stream and ask him these questions?
Okay, because this correlates with what you were saying.
No,
That's
it
why.
doesn't. I don't care about Larry
Yes, it
Johnson. I
does.
don't know. I don't remember what
saying.
Zach said.
But you're looking too specific, my brother. You're looking too specific. I'm saying in general, we have to be open to being wrong.
Okay, so can you answer my question? What proof do you have that Larry Johnson didn't know?
That didn't know?
That didn't know some of the things that you saying he didn't know.
My point is, we don't have proof that he did or didn't, so we can't be dogmatic on either one.
Okay, what more proof do you want than the games and the fact that we are deciphering the games before they happen and we're showing the clear ritual and how it plays out perfectly? You want more proof than that? So you're saying that Aaron Judge didn't know about the script today, about the Tom Brady tribute, or Mike Stanton,
hold on. My man,
or Alex Cora?
No, honestly, this is really what it comes down to. What you're saying, okay, I'll tell you what I think. It's bigger than what all humans or most humans are aware of. It's something.
Okay, so did you watch the presentation that I did on how this game is rigged based? Why are you not letting me speak, my brother? That is rude. Did you not watch the presentation that I just did showing how the Red Sox game was a clear tribute to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I didn't.
Okay, so there's nothing we need to talk about because you didn't watch the presentation.
Yeah, yes, it is because no, you can't. Okay, so you're saying one video is convincing? Look,
all right, watch the video again. Leave a comment, and I will answer your question. I gotta move on.
Wait, no, you bugging, bro. You bugging. Now you.
I don't know where these people come from. Like, it's just, this information is not for everybody. I'm pretty convinced that this information is just not for everybody. I'm going to have to block this caller. He's going to keep harassing me. Oh, boy. It's just crazy. I think he's attracted to Larry Johnson. He might be attracted to him. Larry Johnson is a fraud. What don't you understand? You're still asleep. This channel is not for you. If anybody else wants to call in, the number is 646-986-0958. For the caller, please do not call my phone anymore. You're not that intelligent. Okay? And I mean that with all due respect. You're just not that intelligent if you think that these people don't know about the rigging. You're just not that intelligent. And then you're telling me that you didn't watch the presentation that I just did on showing the clear ritual with Tom Brady and this game. Then what are we talking about? Why are you even in this live stream? I'm not going to go through this again. Watch it from the beginning. This was so obvious. Sunday Night Football, they just had the Buccaneers play the Patriots. On Thursday, they're going to have the Rays play the Red Sox. You forgot that Tom Brady used to play for the Patriots? You forgot? People, man. Yeah, I think so. I think he's employed by FanDuel. He's upset. He's probably the manager at FanDuel. Tied up. All right, tied up. Call up again, tied up, because I want to just get you. I want you just to be. I want you to rest. I want you to rest tonight, and not think about me all night. So I'm gonna call you back, and I'm gonna let you talk. I'm not gonna interrupt you.
Like,
All right, the floor is yours. I'm not gonna interrupt you. Just say everything that you want to say, and then we can end it there.
okay, all right. Look. First of all, like, I just want to be clear, bro. I I don't know why you're saying that. I don't think it's rigged. Why people like I never said that, bro. I just want you to open your ears for me, bro. All right. I'm a big advocate for Zach, man. I'm a big advocate for people that promote gematria, bro. You don't like. Let's keep. I'm not defending that, bro. I'm just saying, please let me speak, please, bro. I'm saying that you are giving humans too much credit. When I say that, I mean this. Yes, a lot of humans know what's going on, but there is something more divine and spiritual that are able to physically influence numbers and plays that the players do not know about. But you cannot prove otherwise. Only like from my experience from listening to you and Zach, the only thing I have are the numbers that line up. Do you know you're giving these humans too much power? It's something divine. When people are able to make a 34-yard catch all the time, it's not just humans. It's things that set up this for them to be successful. So yes, I'm saying gematria is real. Yes, NFL is rigged. Yes, it's a game that they play. But do you understand that ultimately gematria is spells, and spells are beyond human capability. It's divine. Go ahead, but I appreciate you letting me speak. But it's not like I'm somebody like yo, you're wrong. No, it's you're 80% right. Just like a lot of theories be mad right, but my scare and my fear for you is you thinking you're 100%. No one is 100%, bro. If you don't believe that, you're just too egotistical. But go ahead, bro. I'm listening.
Again, you can't prove to me that Larry Johnson doesn't know. So I don't understand.
And you can't prove to me that he does.
Okay, what I can prove to you is that it doesn't make sense for one player not to know, and for these rituals to play out so perfectly. Because if that's the case, if the Larry Johnson didn't know, then answer me this: how many players on the Yankees and or the Boston Red Sox, how many players didn't know about the script today? Did you think all of them knew, or all of them didn't, or some of them knew and some of them didn't? And you think that the ritual played out the way it did, even though some didn't know?
Yes. So my answer is yes to you, but I want to ask you this, okay? Now, have you ever seen? I don't care how silly it sounds, because all this shit will sound silly to anybody that's a sheep. Have you ever seen the movie Angels in the Outfield?
Yes.
Okay. So in that movie, you've seen that there's been invisible spirits that was influenced in the game, right?
So you're saying that that's probably happening in sports?
Yes, but let me finish before people dismiss me. Based on what the higher ups do in rituals and what they serve to the people, determines what the spirits will do for them. That's what I'm saying, and that's where I'm at right now. But
what about the simple idea of technology? Can technology do the work that a spirit can do?
So, not as accurate, because humans are too flawed.
Really? Technology is flawed.
Yes, that's what I think. But look though, but okay, so look, my man, forget what I think. Me and you both know humans are too imperfect for.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if they have the ability to manipulate spirits, why would they even have any players know about the rigging?
Because some players are willing to sell their soul, bro.
No, but I'm saying if they can control the game without having to tell the players, why wouldn't they do that? Because the players can just shoot the basketball and have the spirit block it.
Because some players are willing to sell their soul.
Are you not understanding what I'm saying?
Well, let me finish. They care about being served and worshipped. Now, what you're asking me would really be applicable if they didn't care about what humans think. But they care about humans.
You're not understanding my question. You're not understanding my question.
Okay, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. You're just worrying about you're worrying about the next thing that you want to say instead of listening.
No, I'm not. I'm listening.
Okay, so let's say I'm the owners of these leagues.
Okay.
and I draft you as a player on my team, you're still gonna get worship because you're on the Lakers. You're on my team.
No, no,
Why
no,
do I
no.
see?
Okay.
You're worrying about the next thing you're gonna say instead of letting me finish. Why do I
Well,
have?
because I disagree with that point. But go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Why do I have to tell you anything if I'm able to manipulate with spirits? So you're saying that they're not using technology in basketball, that is actually something else going on.
Okay, I hope that I let you finish your point.
No, yeah, that's my point.
So,
I'm asking you a question.
okay.
Do you think they're using technology
Yeah.
or you think they're using spirits?
I think they're using spirits.
All right, that's it. You have? Are you done? Because I don't have anything to talk about.
Because you said that what? No, because you asked me a question, I didn't get to answer it. You said why would they care if they can manipulate it? All right, did I understand your question correctly?
Yeah, but I don't. You already answered my second question.
No,
and
I didn't answer that.
Yes, you said they're using spirits and not technology. Yes.
But that still didn't answer your question.
It did.
You still asked me.
No, I don't. Forget about the first question.
So okay, why though? That's an important question.
No. I like your answer to the second question. It makes the second question. If you answer it the way you did, then I don't need to know anything else.
Okay. All right. Well,
are you done?
So go ahead. I'm trying to let you speak.
No, I'm saying, are you done? Because I want to get somebody else to call in.
Okay, no, I'm not done. I'm saying that they care whether someone worships them.
I don't care about that question anymore.
Well, you just asked me to finish what I'm saying though. Like,
I'm just saying. I want you to finish so that way you don't keep calling me back. I want you to end the phone call.
I'm finishing.
All right, thank you. You have a good night, okay, brother?
Wait, no, I'm saying, like, let me finish this thought.
All right, leave it in the comment section.
Okay, now you don't want to hear it.
I don't want to. I let you talk for like almost 30 minutes. I'm tired of listening to you.
No, you bugging, bro. You bugging, bro.
All right, have a good night.
Be open to being wrong. That's all I'm saying. Be open to being wrong.
All right, thank you.